We're going to go over blocking. Blocking is one of the most important skills an actor can master. And a lot of actors have a fear of blocking. And then when you bring in film and television to theater, they really get scared. And the reality is, the basic concepts of blocking apply to all three mediums. And if you master those, none of them will give you a problem. So tell me, let me get two volunteers. Come on up here. Let's get up center. Okay, Marissa, on action, you're going to cross to the bar, stage left. Hold for 3 counts, sit center on the sofa. Hold for 4 counts, go to the window down stage left. Hold for 3 counts, and then go to the door up stage left. Brian, as she clears you, I want you to circle right around the sofa to the window down stage left for 1 count. Immediately turn, cross to the window, stage right, 3 counts, come back up stage center. Ready? And action. Okay, now, come on in. That was really fast and very hard and quick. Now, normally on a set in theater, you wouldn't have it that hard and fast and have to do it that quickly. But in film, at the end of the day, when they're losing light and you're shooting outside, it's going to be go here, go there, go here, go there, go here, roll it, and you've got to get it. So you have to know blocking like the back of your hand. Have a seat. As you can see, we are getting ready to get into the film portion of blocking. So I've asked a couple of my students to help us out here. We have Marissa on the camera here, and I brought down Johnny over here, and now if Jim and Tina, if you could come on up and get on our set, and if you could each take positions on this mark, I'm going to go into the booth, and I'm going to direct you into some movements, and we're going to freeze frame them so you can see what it takes to actually take stage in that frame. So now, if both of my cameras could give me a nice shot there. And, okay, let me freeze Jim. Tina, there we go. So if you could come on out and take a look at the monitor, I want you to see something here. Okay, now if you'll see, that's a pretty nice shot of the two of you. There you are, Jim and Tina. So that was pretty good for not knowing, and you look strong on camera. But now let's see what we can do. Go back up to your marks. And freeze these. Now this time, I want you to square your feet and your hips and your shoulders to the camera that is shooting you. And now turn your head to look at the person. Okay. Now let's come out and see what the difference that makes. Take a look. Now, Jim, if you can see there, your shoulders are completely filling the entire frame. And Tina, you're squared across the frame. You're filling up much more of the frame than you did before. Now let's go up and try something else. Go back up to your marks. But now I want you to move in for what we would call a 2-shot. So get in there next to one another. Square yourselves to your frame. That's it. That's good. Now square yourselves to your camera. Both of you open up to your camera. Okay, now let's take a look and see what we have there. And look at each other. Jim, look at her. There we go. All right, now let's take a look at what we have. You come on out. And that looks pretty good, except, do you see all of that space between you? It's what we call spreading the shot. You can't spread the shot. you have to be as close as you can. It actually will feel uncomfortably close. But that's how you have to do it. So let's go back up there, get back on the set, and now I want you to get in close together. Closer. Oh, square yourselves to your camera. Open it, always open yourself to the camera. I want you to be touching with your shoulders. That's it. Now look up at each other. Okay, now let's take a look at those. Now that's what you call a two-shot. It's a tight two. No space in between you. Now we have one more up there I want to try. Tina, if you could get up there and face the other camera this time, Johnny's camera, turn around. If you could come downstage a little bit to the other mark. And Jim, if you could get upstage of her over her other shoulder. That's it right there. Now, Tina, I want you to look straight over the top of the camera. And Jim, I want you to look right at the back of her head. Stare right at her. Okay. Now come on out and let's take a look at that. We get to see what both people are thinking and feeling. One of the hardest there is to do, because you must have complete concentration, and the person in front, the tendency is to want to turn your head and talk to the person behind you. And you have to talk to them out in front. Now, turn and face him. Aha. Now, let's take a look at this shot. Come on out. And what do we see? This is called an over the shoulder. Who does the audience relate to? We relate to Tina. Because Tina is looking at Jim and we can't see her face. We see exactly what she sees. And in seeing that, we really relate to her and what's going on with her emotionally. And that's why a shot is used. Do you want a mark? Yes. Okay? There's no debating that. If they say, would you like a mark? Your answer is yes. If you have any doubt whatsoever as to whether you're comfortable where you are and you might need a mark, you ask for a mark. Okay? It's so important. Because a ½ inch off can screw up a shot unbelievably. You've got to be on your mark. It's very precise. Okay? So don't be afraid to ask for a mark. Now, the one thing I see out on sets which drives me crazy, an actor standing there and they go, give him a mark. And they go, okay, I need a mark. There, all right. You know, and I'm doing a scene, I'm looking at somebody here, and now they come over to give me a mark, and I go like this. Now, guess what? I haven't moved my feet, but I'm sure not in the same position in that frame I was when they were going to give me the mark. All right. I have moved. When they're going to give you a mark, you just plant your feet, and you stand there. Meditate. I don't care what it is. Do not move a muscle until they're done. When you have your mark, go to craft services, get a cup of coffee. But don't do anything until you get your mark. Now, they'll give you all kinds of marks. There'll be just a piece of tape in front of one foot, in front of both feet. There'll be T's. There'll be what they call spikes, little dots, all kinds of different ways of giving you marks. That's not what's important. What's important is that when you get a mark, you hit it, and you hit it every time. Do not be afraid to look for your mark. For example, let me show you something here. I have a mark up here in red, right there. If I have to come in and hit that mark, now I don't have to go, oh God, am I going to hit, am I going to hit, am I going to... In the natural course of things, I can kind of look down and then come back up and hit my mark, okay? But don't do what I've seen some people do. I've seen some actors do this. No, that you can't do. But you can glance down. But another way to do it, and let me do it going this way because I'll have a little bit more room. Suppose it's an important line. What I really love you. That I have to say to somebody here. So I have to be right here for the word you. And in tight focus. Well, what I can do is go, I really love you. See? So now I can pick up the person there and go, I really love you. And walk up to my mark. So you can pace it off, you can count it off, you can do it by words. The important thing is you hit that mark. That's what they're paying you to do. Hit it. That's it. I'm done.